Come on, Wes.
Go back and then stay loaded if they want to for him.
This is fucking awesome.
Alright. On the line, the man, the myth, the legend,
Why is everybody going around that tree? Did I not see something up there? Yeah, there's not people around there that tree.
What an epic day of racing, y'all. Welcome to the starting line. My name is Nick. This is the National Rock Racing Association's little weekly update. Being in the presence of the return of a driver of the caliber that Wes Keane was an absolute honor. An absolute honor. It was even more of an honor to be racing, to be a driver on the list along with Wes Keane. Wes finishing fourth on the day, and we are going to talk about that on this episode. I promise I won't keep you long. I know it's late. I appreciate all y'all hanging out with us. For those that did not get a chance to be there this past weekend, we missed you. But trust me when I say I have got plenty of footage that we will be sharing throughout the rest of the week. We're going to cover Bikini Bottoms for the next few days. But then we are obviously going to roll into prep for finals. As epic as this past weekend was, the train does not stop. So we are rolling into finals, and we are blessed to have Wes back on the hills with us. And I don't care if he races at finals or not. I don't care if he races next season. As long as he is doing as well as he is right now, and he's not perfect by any means. He'll be the first to tell you that. But having Wes come back and be moved back into being a part of, our every race, every weekend, that's enough. That's enough. All right, let's get right into it, y'all. Let's cover the results from the third race. I like to say the final regular season race, because it's not the end of points. The points for the points at finals count towards each series. Yes, each series. Okay, Northern, Central, Southern series. All right. So it's imperative that we remember that although we are nearing the end of the season, the points chase is just as rowdy as it was going into this. So let's cover Friday and Saturday as far as points go, and then we'll get into the overall points chase and what we're looking at total after the weekend. Okay. So on Friday, we had the UTV stock class, Rock Life UTV stock class, and also the RCV Performance UTV Unlimited class. These guys had quite a challenge ahead of them. It wasn't too sloppy on Friday, not as bad as on Saturday, but it was still sloppy. Don't get me wrong. It was still a test for these guys. So the UTV stock class went first. This is one of the longest courses that Clyde has ever put together for the series. He did a great job. I heard multiple compliments on the racing this weekend, despite the fact that it was as sloppy and muddy as it is. Clyde can't help that. It goes for the same way on the other side when we are dust stormed out, or when it's a dust cloud nonstop, dusty, dirty turtle, Bikini Bottoms. All of those places are rough when it comes to dust. Rush Springs Ranch, dust is just tough, and if the owners of the park don't have a water truck, or they can't get a water truck into the areas that need it, it makes it even rougher. Makes it even harder. Okay, so going into Friday, the UTV stock class winners, we're going to cover the top 5. Dan Carter, so thankful to see him. This is a Rock Life sponsored class, and Dan Carter is a Rock Life driver. So very cool to see him in that top 5 spot. Dan Carter has been very consistent, has he not? This second half of the season has been a very consistent time for Dan Carter. So huge shout out to Dan. Cody Kaysen slipped into that number 4 spot. Cody driving. I'm not great with the UTVs yet, and they're what they're called. It's a single seat UTV. Somebody help me in the comments. Anyway, Cody not necessarily a driver that we see very often, but good to see him out there tearing it up. If I'm not wrong, I want to make sure that I got the right guy. If I'm wrong about that one too, correct me. I don't want to misspeak on these guys. They did a great job. They come out and sacrifice a lot, and they should. The right person should get the credit. Paul Wolf coming in that 3rd place spot. Again, a muddy, nasty mess. Brandon Davis. Again, another very consistent driver coming out on this second half. It seems like since Visions, Brandon has just been on a tear. And speaking about drivers being on a tear, Wade Good winning both hills, back in that Can-Am that they got fixed. Again, another Can-Am sweep. Are you getting the hint, Can-Am? How about we get some Can-Am love up in here, huh? Can-Am to show us some love, man. All right, going into the RCV UTV Unlimited Cup, top 5 drivers. Clint Garrison in that 5th place spot. Clint has been very committed this year, very committed. Talk about committed. DC Thompson taking 4th. DC, records or checkers, man. The guy will work on his buggy. I don't think he went to bed Friday night going into Saturday. That he had an issue after the event on Friday. Worked all night. He was at the Polaris parts store. I believe he said when they opened Saturday morning, they didn't have the parts, so he came back and figured it out and came out and landed in that 4th place spot. Tim Cameron, always expect to see him on the podium. He knows Bikini Bottoms well. He's been racing there a long time, and just a unbelievable. He's just a great driver. Wade Good in the rental, taking home the 2nd place trophy. All Good Racing. Chris Hickman, huge shout out to those guys, man. Representing Polaris, and then Cash LaCroix from Cash LaCroix Racing. That young man is unbelievable. Him and Wade swapping 1st and 2nd place on hills 1 and 2. Or correction, Wade got 3rd on hill 1. But anyway, Cash and Wade, good buddies. You always see them messing around before and after the races, during the races, whatever. So good to see those two out there tearing it up, enjoying it together. So that was Friday, y'all. Going into Saturday, the news of Wes being back to race was on everybody's mind. It was across the world. I know that I was getting questions from Australia, from Europe, and even Asia about Wes being back. So just an unbelievable amount of support for this guy, and not that he needs it. I mean, I think he could put all of us on his shoulders and carry us through whatever problems that we might face. This guy has just been taken to the breaking point, and he continues to prove that he is a mountain of a man, an absolute hero. So let's get into the UTV Bounty class first. Top 5. Cooper Bentley struggling. This was, again, one of the longest courses that Clyde has ever done for the bouncers. And if you're paying attention, you've been following along, you know that the UTV Bounty Series does everything that the Big Rock Bouncers do. It's called the Bounty Series, Bounty Class for a reason. And this race, in my opinion, was the hardest race that the UTV Bounty drivers have faced so far this year. Call it the weather factor that made the difference, and I believe that. However, it was just good to see those drivers push to that breaking point, just like the bounty you would expect in a bounty series, right? Now, check this out. Nobody made Hill 1. Nobody made Hill 1. Best drivers on the planet here. Nobody made Hill 1. So it really came down to Hill 2. Now, I know people are going to ask what happens if nobody makes Hill 2, right? Because it was pretty nasty. Then it would go down to overall combined times for the season. And that's what had to happen for 3rd place. But let's cover the top 5 first. Cooper Bentley, Dan Carter, those guys taking 5th and 4th. Paul Wolf coming in 3rd place. Paul did not finish either hill as well, and he had the best combined times for overall for the season. Then it was Dan Carter, then Cooper Bentley. Okay. 2nd place, Cash LaCroix. Cash not finishing Hill 1, but he did finish Hill 2. He went up Trump's Wall. For those that haven't seen it, hooked left. He was able to get around those 2 holes that Dan Carter dug. Dan was one of the first drivers out there, if not the first driver, and kind of got stuck in there and dug a couple of pretty deep holes. And Cash was able to kind of swing up in there and drive in between them and make his way up. So Cash finished Hill 2, and he was the first one. And then Wade Good went not long after and was able to take the same line and was able to do it faster. So Cash ended up coming in 2nd. Wade Good 1st place for the UTV Bounty Series. In my opinion, the best UTV Bounty race that I've seen all year. Hawk Pride would probably be a close second. but Bikini Bottoms, in my opinion, best UTV race so far this year. All right, let's get into the big dogs, the bouncer class. Brandon Davis taking the 5th place spot. Again, very consistent. Wes Keene, we talked about that. Wes Keene actually led for a couple of drivers until Danny Smith knocked him out, but he was actually in first place. He was on fire, man. It didn't look like anything had changed. Wes's driving prowess doesn't change with a disability. No lie. Tim Cameron coming in 3rd place, coming in 2nd on Hill 2, but struggled just a little bit on Hill 1 on Fable Hill, just a little bit, you know. Now that I've driven a rock bouncer, I can tell you, I know where those seconds come from. I know where they go. It's legit. Danny Smith coming in 2nd place. Danny taking 2nd on Hill 1, but both Danny and Timmy both lost both hills to Jake Pike. Jake Pike on fire, man. It was good to see him out there fired up. It was good to see him, with that fire back in his eyes. I know I keep saying fire, but you know what I mean. Like he was having a good time, and I haven't seen that in Jake for the last couple of races. So it was good to see him out there having a good time and getting back into it. All right, so that was the top 5 for the bouncer class. Let's go over we'll go over the top 3, just because I don't want to keep you guys here too late here. We'll just go for a couple more minutes. We'll go over this, and then we're going to talk about finals registration, and then I want to talk about the fun run real quick, just as a reminder, coming up November 6th. You know what? I forgot was, let's do this. I'm not going to leave any. I don't want to leave any class out. We've got the RC class. I apologize about that, gentlemen. The RC class, I know that it was kind of a last minute hills. Also consider the mud factor. It was pretty rough on those boys. Justin Hoback helping us out, building the hills, kind of running the class, and I appreciate that, Justin. Thank you for stepping up. Top 5, Gene Birch did not make either hill. Again, it came down to combined times. Justin Hoback coming 4th place, Cash LaCroix 3rd, Bub Meadows in 2nd, and Randy Woods taking home the top spot. All right, that is covered. That is all of them. Okay, so let's go over the overall results. Gentlemen, ladies, if you're watching, you have any... Chris Hickman, RS1, yes, talking about that single-seater UTV. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Jack. Tyler Bradley, thanks, y'all. All right, real quick, where's everybody watching from? Who got to see Wes in action this past weekend? Huge weekend for Rock Bouncer news. We're going to be, we got a lot to report on, that's for sure. All right, overall Cup Series. Let's start with the RC Unlimited class, just so we don't leave them out. Mark Crow in 5th place, Bub Meadows 4th, Colton Hoback in 3rd place, Justin Hoback in 2nd, and Cash LaCroix in 1st. I really think that it's down to Cash and Justin at this point. Points-wise, Colton and Bub would they would need Justin or Cash to basically not show up, and they would have to win all of the hills now. Just mathematically speaking, it's down to Cash and Justin at this point. Cash has a little over a hill's worth of points. So 60 or so points on on Justin Hoback. Okay, Hoback Racing. So it's going to be a podium finish for Hoback Racing no matter what, and I think that's great. I think that's awesome. All right. Rock Life Off-Road's UTV stock class top three. Wade Good sitting in that third place spot after a great weekend this past weekend. Again, Brandon Davis, man. Brandon's just been consistent, and that's what you have to do to win point series. But Paul Wolf has almost a whole race worth of points ahead of him. So now don't forget, at finals, there is 200 points up for grabs. So Brandon could pull off a top podium spot if he is, he's going to have to do well. And then Paul's going to have to miss some hills or at least have a tough time. But Paul has been very consistent himself. So let's not get it twisted. RCV Performance UTV Unlimited Cup Series. Cash LaCroix currently sitting in the third place spot. He is right on Wade Good's heels, who is in the second place spot, 10 points behind. And then he is only 17 points behind from Tim Cameron. Honorable mention, Paul Wolf. Paul is less than 2 hills behind Timmy as well. So, and I'll go back even fit. I wasn't going to do the top 5, but Clint Garrison, again, is just under a full race, just under 2 hills worth of points. Okay, so, I mean, let's just call the top 3 tied between Wade and Timmy. Definitely. I mean, there is 7 points difference between those two. That's a DNF. That's a bad bounce. Really. I mean, that is one mistake. And now that I've raced, I have a whole different respect for every millisecond, everything that you do out on that track. I know why Timmy walks the hills the way he does. I know why he gets there early and is out there before anybody else going over the hills. As soon as the course is known, he wants to know. That's why. That's why he's the best. All right, UTV Bounty Series, top 3. Cash LaCroix currently sitting in that top spot. He is less than 1 hill behind Wade Good. Wade Good sitting in second place with 595 points. And then Paul Wolf sitting on top. Again, 3 points difference between Wade and Paul. They might as well be tied. Y'all. This is one of the most exciting years in points chases since I've been involved that I can think of, and I'm sure if we got Clyde on here or Zach or some of the other guys that have been involved with racing right up at the beginning, from the beginning, I'm sure that they could tell us about some very exciting years of racing. But this has been a very exciting year for me, and going into finals, I am greatly thankful that I'm going to be a part of it. Okay, the Brannick Motorsports Bouncer Cup Series, man. These are the big dogs. These are the heavyweights. Top 3, Jake Pike. Jake coming off a win this past weekend. Gets him right back up there in the points. So, but, again, Brandon Davis nipping at his heels. He's less than a hill away, sitting in that 4th place spot. So that 3rd place position for the overall points chase is up for grabs. Both of those, they might as well be, they are very close. Very close, 30 points-ish away. Less than 30 points. So I'm not good at math. And then Danny Smith and Tim Cameron are a little over 30 points away, less than a hill away. So not as close, but still looking over all of the classes. Danny has the points lead in the North. Timmy has the points lead in the South and the Central Series. Okay, so it is close, y'all. It is close. All right, so that's caught up, man. I don't know if I've missed any comments here or anything. Miss Taylor Jean Giles checking in. Can't wait for finals. Going to be some tight racing. That is absolutely correct. I am so excited for finals. Kaylin Arthur Lauder checking in. Got to see racing this past weekend in person. That is awesome. Very thankful you got to see that, man. Wes coming back was legendary. Well, listen, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I want to thank Clyde for this opportunity to be a part of this show and be able to bring you guys all the results and all the news and everything that goes on with rock bouncing. Just look below there, the countdown to finals. We are 9 days away. So Nelson Deason checking in. Can't wait to see you all. And Jay, can't wait to see you as well, Nelson. Let's talk about that real quick. Registration is now open for finals. So drivers, you have until this coming Sunday to get registered. I want to make sure that we are, less than 2 weeks away. So Sunday at midnight, registration closes, and I will be doing the drawing for the driver's orders for finals on Monday night. So this time next week, I'm going to be drawing the orders for the drivers. So be tuning in for that for sure. I also want to give myself a quick shameless plug down there on the left-hand corner of your screen. My little show, my little Rock Bouncer news show that I have on the hill with Nick. We usually go evenings at 7 p.m. Central Time. So give that a look-see and go check it out. Kaylin says, Daniel took me on a ride and smoked out. That was a sweet rig. I understand, Kaylin. I got to drive smoked out. So I am glad that you got to experience that. Heck yeah. Also, last but definitely not least, in November 6th, we are going to be at Hot Springs Off-Road Park in Hot Springs, Arkansas, for the Fun Run. It's an annual event. It is there. We are raising money for the burn center there in Arkansas, and they will actually be bringing some of the burn victims out on to do trail rides and stuff. I will put the link in the description. There is a 4-seater RZR that they're auctioning off, that they're doing a raffle for. Tickets are $25. All of the proceeds, I didn't get the whole story, but a whole brand new 2021 RZR was donated to this cause. So get your tickets for that. And as an added bonus, we are going to be racing on Showtime Hill. It is going to be one of the last times that iconic race hill is going to be raced on, and it is only going to be 25 of the best UTV drivers in the country going to be racing there. Only 25 spots are open, so drivers, if you're interested in that, I will link the registration where you can go to register for that in the description as well. All right, so drivers, register for finals. And also, if you're UTV drivers, if you're interested in racing on Showtime Hill for the last time, they're going to be clearing that whole area out and making more room for more campers and stuff like that. So it is not going to be available for us anymore. This is it. This is the last time. This is your opportunity to say I raced on Showtime Hill for the last, for the last time. It's a big deal. Part of history for the sport. All right, everybody. I'm going to get out of here. I will be live on my little show I talked about down there tomorrow night. We're going to be talking about bikini bottoms. Be watching all of our Facebook pages, Instagram. We're on TikTok, YouTube. Go check all those out. We're going to have content dropping all week long covering bikini bottoms, and then we're going to be hyping up finals in true NRRA fashion. Man, I can't wait to bring you guys all the action, and then I can't wait to be in person watching all of this go down. Love all y'all, man. Thank you so much for watching, and take care. We'll see everybody soon.